Konnichiwa guys, welcome to Garage 23. And if you're expecting an update video on the patrol control arms, you're in the wrong place because we're not done yet. But in the meantime, this is Project Bluebird slash Altima slash Ninetails slash, we can't decide what to call it. So if you think of something, put it in the comments. But if you saw one of our previous videos, we went to the junkyard to get some parts to work on this thing. Because as I said before, our driver's side CV shaft was going out. And if I was a normal person, I would just replace that. But being me, I opted to do about 3 dozen extra steps and replace the entire front suspension. But it was worth it because it actually drives really good now. Like, I'm pretty happy, dare I say, it drives perfect right now. But before, the torque steer was so bad. I mean, it was borderline dangerous. But now we got to remove our 40 mil spacers. We had to settle for some 25 mil spacers, but you can't win them all. We got the longer CV shafts in there from a Maxima, longer lower control arms, longer tie rods. And our scrub radius should be even better than it was before now. And yeah, it was all pretty much worth it. It drives so good now. I actually enjoy driving it again, and it's actually feels fun again. But yeah, come check out the process. Let's go. been quite the pain in the ass. And now we have to remove the tie rod from the steering rack. And if you've ever done that before, you know that's probably one of the worst jobs you can do on a car, unless you have a truck and you can fit a pipe wrench on it, then it's fine. But on these, there's absolutely no way to get anything in here until I went down to my local Harbor Freight and I found this beauty. This is not a extra strength flashlight. This is a tie rod, inner tie rod removal tool, which I didn't know existed until a couple days ago. So it's got these like different adapters for basically any, hopefully any tie rod that you come across. But this is the one that we need. So what you gotta do is you put this end over the back of the tie rod, and then you slide this end over it, and then you kind of lock it in place. So now it's got a pretty good grip on the tie rod. And ta-da, there's your inner tie rod. So I guarantee you, if you've worked on any other imports, you've probably never gotten a tie rod off that fast if you didn't use this. So yeah, well worth the 40 bucks. Now, gotta replace it. Okay, so here's the old one. Here's the new one. As you can see, these are meant to compensate for the 1 inch longer lower control arms. This one won't even work. It just won't even like reach to the tie rod end anymore. So we gotta put this one back in. Okay, I finally got the axles out, and I also needed to get the axle bracket out because I forgot that we had this kit that I found from 2J Racing, which basically lets you use a B15 Sentra axle on a VQ35. So if you don't know, the Sentras never came with the V6, and obviously neither did the Altima. But dimensionally, the Sentra and the Altima are pretty similar, especially the B15 and the U13. So the axles from the B15 Sentra SER are the right length for the body of the Altima. But since we have a V6 in there, the VQ35, we need this adapter here to, because you see the Sentra axle is shorter, so the splines are here, whereas the Maxima axle is quite a bit longer. So this lets you put this bracket in a slightly different spot. So it'll bolt up like this, like that, as opposed to being over here. Because this axle will fit in the bracket in the stock location, but then the part that goes in the transmission won't reach at all. So this way, both the transmission ends will fit into the transmission like they're supposed to, and then you'll still have your axle bracket bolted to the block, supporting the axle from the middle. And yeah, you'd have a shorter axle shaft, which will fit your stock body better. But now we got wide body fenders, so we need giant long boy axles. Wish I would have just left the car like this in the first place. But yeah,